The Supreme Court has handed down a decision in regard to Donald Trump's travel ban, and unfortunately, they have decided to uphold that travel ban. Now, remember that this ban had to be rewritten twice, and the third version of it is what the Supreme Court made their ruling on. Supreme Court ruled in a 5-4 ruling that Trump has the authority to ban travelers from certain majority Muslim countries if he thinks it is necessary to protect the country. Now, I also want to be clear that the court's decision was split among the conservative justices and the liberal justices. Justice Sotomayor wrote the dissenting opinion, which we'll get to in just a minute. Now, lower courts have found that the initial order and each new version since exceeded the president's authority granted by Congress and was motivated by Trump's prejudice against Muslims. The lower courts had essentially referred back to the comments that Trump had made during his campaign and the tweets that he put out on social media, just showing his utter disdain for Muslims and how he wanted to do a Muslim ban, which is against our Constitution. Now, once it got to the Supreme Court, the conservative judges essentially argued that, despite what he was saying during his campaign and despite these tweets, we believe that the president has the authority to ban travel from certain countries if it is a national security concern.
So this is nuanced, and the law at stake here has two different parts that are very important. I'm quoting the Washington Post here. Congress has granted authority that the president, quote, now quoting the law, may by proclamation and for such a period as he shall deem necessary, suspend the entry of all aliens or any class of aliens after finding that the entry would be, quote, detrimental to the interests of the United States. Now, under that rubric, yeah, you would say that Trump apparently has the authority to do it, even if it's not the right thing to do. But the challengers pointed out another section of the law which says a person may not be denied a visa, quote, because of the person's race, sex, nationality, place of birth, or place of residence. Well, that's equally clear, and that means you cannot ban Muslims because of where they come from. So that is why the courts were split on it. There's good arguments to be made there. Now, the Trump administration, as usual, blundered their way into this. Trump, first of all, by saying over and over again in the campaign and then afterwards, it's the Muslims. We got to stop. We got to figure out. We got to stop all Muslims from coming into the country. A total ban, he said, until we figure out what the hell is going on, right? So it was incredibly clear that he was doing it because they're Muslims, which clearly violates the law. But after the first try, they realized, no, we can't ban all Muslims. Damn it. Then they had a second try that also didn't work. Now the third try was like, oh, I got it. We'll include Venezuela and North Korea on the list.
Right.
And that was enough for conservative justice on the Supreme Court to go, well, I mean, on the third try, they did include non-Muslim countries, and so we could have a national security interest in all these countries, so I guess it's going to be okay. They just needed a tiny, thin reed to hang their hat on and to combine two different phrases, and they did. And they're like, good enough, it's constitutional.
Right. I mean, look, this is a prime example of why it was important to prevent the election of someone like Donald Trump, because he has the ability to nominate a Supreme Court justice. That's what he did with Neil Gorsuch, and Neil Gorsuch voted with the conservatives, as was expected on this very issue. I think that this ruling sets a dangerous precedent. Now, it sets a dangerous precedent under Trump, obviously, but even if you have a president that has a political ideology that you agree with, but that person wants to ban travel from a country for racial reasons, religious reasons, whatever, now they're able to do it. All they have to do is claim that, hey, I perceive this country to be a national security threat, so I'm gonna ban travel. It's not a good precedent to set, and this is it. Supreme Court has made its ruling.
Yeah, so presumably a Democratic president could come in and they would never do this.
I know, as I was saying
I know.
like,
but the right wing in their fantasies think that Democratic presidents would want to do this. Say, okay, we're banning all white countries. Preposterous, right? But that's the thing. That's why that's why it's so one-sided. The Republicans do want to discriminate, and the Democrats don't. So they get to discriminate and the other side doesn't, which is a good thing. I don't want any discrimination, but it's not good that the right wing does it. All right, now there is a funny part of the story. The tragic part is, yes, Trump wins. Mitch McConnell then later brags like that it was his proudest moment to block Merrick Garland from the Supreme Court for over a year in record-breaking obstruction.
Right.
And kind of like, ha, Democrats, you idiots. You didn't fight back. And then, of course, we trashed whatever rules we needed to trash in the Senate to approve Gorsuch.
Yeah.
Democrats are so stupid forever dealing with Republicans.
And also, by the way, don't ever protest, don't ever harass any of these officials if you see them in public. Never fight back. You need to be civil if you're on the left. This is the reason why I'm done with it.
Okay, so but the funny part is, Roberts said that it is not right to use a reasonable observer standard. Okay, so Sotomayor had argued any reasonable observer, if that is a legal standard, would see that Donald Trump clearly means he wants a Muslim ban because he keeps saying it over and over again. Roberts says, yeah, reasonable observer might see that. That's why we're not going to use that standard. We're going to use a standard called rational basis for review. What does that mean? That means if there is any plausible reason why they might have done it for a legitimate reason, we're going to say, well, that was probably it. It's plausible. It's plausible that he didn't mean all Muslims. It's plausible that he didn't mean that he wants to discriminate. Good enough. I mean, that is the lowest standard you could possibly have. And even the conservative justices know no reasonable person thinks that it was anything but a Muslim ban. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.